Honourable Deputy Speaker, on behalf of our ACDP President, Reverend Dr. Kenneth Meshwe, I wish to firstly acknowledge the 500 public servants who work hard behind the scenes to execute the mandate and functions of the Presidency. The ACDP notes that the primary role of the Presidency is to lead and coordinate the affairs of government. Additionally, we note that the Presidency was not spared budget cuts, with the COO in the Presidency lamenting that these budget shortfalls seen across most departments are due to our sluggish GDP growth, reduced corporate tax revenues, and government debt service costs, amongst others. Deputy Speaker, the ACDP has expressed concern over the centralization of our SOEs under the Presidency. While most of our SOEs were subjected to looting and maladministration during and after the period of state capture, the ACDP is not convinced that a presidential SOE council to establish a state-owned holding company is the panacea to providing effective oversight of SOEs. The key consideration and concern here is the lack of monitoring and oversight of the Presidency itself. This is not an act of good governance, but one open to exploitation, which the ACDP cannot support. The ACDP is cognizant of the Operation Vulindlela joint initiative to accelerate the implementation of structural reforms and support economic recovery. Like many other good initiatives of government, paying lip service to this initiative will only serve as an antagonistic paradigm to an inclusive, capable and ethical developmental state. Honourable Deputy Speaker, the ACDP asserts that a just energy transition that excludes the use of coal in the energy mix would be unjust. With some 200 years' worth of quality coal beneath our soil, it would be economically suicidal for us not to use our clean coal technology to help to modernize our industrial base and grow our economy. On the international relations front, the ACDP calls on the Presidency not to be silent on the 9.2 million black African slave trade, particularly in the Arab states such as Libya. Do not be silent, Mr. President, on the slaughter of some 1,800 Christians in northern Mozambique currently taking place. Do not be silent on the 50,000 Christians that are slaughtered in a genocidal campaign waged by Islamist jihadists across the parts of sub-Saharan Africa, who recently were urged by Islamic State spokesman Abu al-Ansari to kill them wherever you find them, referring to Christians. Do not be silent, Mr. President. The ACDP posits that perhaps the Economic Reconstruction and Recovery Plan, which has failed to reconstruct our economy, should be changed to the Renaissance Plan, because our nation is desperately in need of renaissance, renewal, and revival. In this regard, the ACDP urges the Presidency, in the execution of its mandate, to fast-track the policy of beneficiation. South Africa continues to export the bulk of its raw material and imports the finished products, creating jobs in developed nations while having the highest unemployment rate and youth unemployment rates in the world. We must exploit our mineral resource base of some $2.5 trillion, 45 trillion rand, using our competitive and comparative advantages. It is said, a rising tide lifts all boats. May we use our competitive and comparative advantages to rise the tide of South Africans. I thank you.